It's good.
I guess.
It's a good joke. Let's go on to something maybe a little bit better. Do you have a most memorable sports moment? Not necessarily like your favorite, but like the one that is ingrained in your memory that you can, like it happened yesterday. Do you have one of those?
I have a couple of them. This one's a positive one.
You got a couple. It's just one.
Just one. Not about
But do
one.
two. I don't know.
No,
I'll probably come up with a few.
I don't have a couple. I'm saying like you asked me if I have the most memorable moment. I have a couple, but this one's positive.
Makes sense. I hear you. Interesting. I also have a negative. Maybe we'll throw those in there just for good measure. Let's start with the positives, though.
All right. San Antonio Spurs NBA Finals.
Jesus.
San Antonio Spurs NBA Finals 2014, Game 3. Something I like to call a symphony of cutting, passing, dribbling, and shooting. It was beautiful.
This is triggering me because I believe this was the Western Conference Finals. They beat the Lakers. Is that true that year? I think it is, and I believe that was the only time Paco and I ever got in a real fight because he came to tell me to load out while I was watching that basketball game, and I was like, I'm watching a basketball game, and he's like, no, get to fucking work, and yeah. Anyways, carry on with your dumb story.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Game 3, it was beautiful. Let's set the stage. A year before, the Spurs and the Heat were in the 2013 NBA Finals. It went to Game 7. The Spurs lost. We really lost the last 20 seconds of Game 6 with Ray Allen's three-pointer that just put a dagger in us. You could tell all the energy went out of this team.
It was a classic Ray Allen 3.
Yeah, it was something that only Ray Allen could do, and it destroyed them. They weren't able to get together for the 2013 Game 7, and we lost.
I remember that part.
Full season goes by. The Heat and the Spurs were back in the finals.
Back at it.
Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. So we're going into Game 3 tied.
Tied up.
Nothing really big has happened. It's been just normal basketball between us two. But Game 3 is where things went off the rails. In the first quarter, we shot 13 of 15.
That's a pretty good percentage.
By halftime, we had 71 points on 75.8% shooting.
That's a lot of points.
75% shooting. It's the best shooting that's ever happened in a half of basketball, still to this day. 75%. That's lights out.
I bet Kobe did better.
But a lot of players can have great streaks, but a whole team shooting 75%, like it's crazy.
If Kobe was on that team, it would have been probably 82%.
I'm
just saying.
I love this because in my mind, and in a lot of other people's minds, this is the game that kind of it redirected basketball. A lot of players, a lot of GMs were seeing the way we were dismantling the Heat, which up to that point, the Heat hadn't lost 3 games in a row with LeBron in the lineup. In the history of him playing with the Heat.
That is when the Heat had that stupid basketball.
They had already won 2. They had already won 2 champions in a row. They were going for a 3-peat. No one could stop them.
A 3-peat, you mean like the Lakers did a bunch of times?
We're not talking about your fucking moments. Even LeBron said it was exhausting. Never seen the ball move so much. Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, implemented a thing that he liked to call summertime.
Hack-a-check?
It's called summertime.
Okay.
And what he meant was it needs to be easy breezy. The ball needs to flow through the air, everything. He didn't want the ball to stick in anyone's hands for more than 0.5 seconds.
Do you think they
In fact, at the beginning of Game 3, when the Heat were up by their only lead in Game 3, 4-2, you can hear Greg Popovich yelling, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, just to let his players know, don't hold on to that ball.
0.5?
He didn't want the ball sitting anywhere for longer than 0.5 seconds.
That's a half a second.
That is a half second. That's a pass. The Spurs passed 472 more times in the finals than the Heat did. And if you look at what the league did after that, over the next couple of years, the league average of passes went up 5% incrementally.
Because of summertime?
Because of summertime.
You think that in practices he played the Will Smith song, Summertime? Summer.
We don't talk about Will Smith here.
Is he like a Michael Jackson guy now where you can't enjoy his music anymore? Because Summertime's a good song.
It was a great finals moment. That was, you really tell the way Ray Allen broke our back in Game 6 of 2013. We took the air out of them in Game 3. And we didn't let our foot off the gas. We won in 5, and it was glorious. That's the second time the Spurs have kept LeBron James from another ring. We also kept him one from in 2007. Whenever it was like, oh, King James.
Yeah, that was annoying. He was on the Cleveland Cavaliers then, so like.
But specifically, I will forever remember the beginning of that game. Greg Popovich is yelling .5, because it really just set the tone. And that's my most memorable sports.
Yeah, probably pretty sneaky too, because the other guys were probably like .5. What is he saying? I don't even. Why does he keep saying that? Yeah. All right, that's cool. That's your happiest sports.
That's my happiest.
Yeah, I think we'll probably do our unhappiest too, just for fun. All right, you ready to hear what mine is?
Okay, I guess. Is it?
What?
Is it about golf?
Of course, it's about golf.
Do I need to be here for this?
Well, it's our show. I mean,
you
do whatever you want. This story's for the viewers,
talk about
and
golf.
they're going to know about this story.
I want to let everyone know to get out of the way. 4.
That's not funny. All right. This is the greatest. This is my most memorable sports moment ever. I can, like I said, remember it like it was yesterday. And probably 85 to 90% of all humans on Earth.
Golfers.
Humans.
Over 80.
No. All right. I'm going to take you back to 2016. Okay? We're going to Minnesota.
Ooh,
we're going to Hazeltine National Golf Course. Nice place. We're going to the Ryder Cup. For those of you who don't know what the Ryder Cup is, probably not that many, in golf, you play the golf, you do birdies and bogeys, and at the end of 72 holes, normally 4-day tournament, whoever shot the lowest score, they're the winner. There's also a thing called match play. In match play, mano y mano. I'm playing Travis, that's it. We're going head to head. If I get a par on the first hole and he makes a birdie, he wins the hole and goes 1 up. We go to the second hole, Travis is 1 up. If he wins the hole again, he's 2 up. On the third hole, if I win, I go up 1, but I'm down 2. So now Travis is up 1. Very confusing. You do this all 18 holes until there's a winner, right? Or someone is 6 up with 5 to play.
You don't play it out.
If you don't have to. Like if you and I did it.
You could skunk them.
I'd probably beat you like 10 and 8. Like something really bad. Yeah, really bad. So that's match play. Every 2 years, there's a little thing called the Ryder Cup. That's where we get the best American golfers, top 12 American golfers, actually the top 8, and then the captain of the team gets to pick 4 others.
Exciting.
Against the Europeans,
Boo.
bloody Europeans, and their top 12 golfers, which are never as good as our top 12 golfers. Let's get real.
The Europeans.
And then every Ryder Cup, every 2 years, it alternates. So we'll do one in America, and then the next one, we're going to Europe. Then we're going to come back to America, and then we're going to go to Europe.
But it doesn't stay in Minnesota.
It doesn't stay in Minnesota. Alternates golf courses every year, right? This year, 2016, we're in America, in Minnesota, and we're at Hazeltine National Golf Club. Rory McIlroy, who after Tiger is my favorite golfer, and Patrick Reed, who is literally my least favorite golfer, wasn't at the time. He was getting there, but side note, Patrick Reed has since been accused of being a little bit of a cheater, pumpkin eater. And there's been some video of where he likes to shovel sand out of a bunker with his golf club before hitting his ball. You're not allowed to do that in golf.
Well, you're also supposed to not cheat in marriage, but Tiger did that. Sidetrack.
Definitely cutting that part out. So yeah, that's Patrick Reed. He's kind of an ass, whatever. At the time, 2016, Patrick Reed was not full asshole yet. He was just coming of age. Rory McIlroy was the 6th ranked golfer in the world at the time. Patrick Reed, I don't even think he had a ranking. He thought, though, that he was ranked number 5 in the world, because that's just Patrick Reed. That's how he rolls. Rory McIlroy used to date Caroline Wozniacki, the tennis player. They were engaged. Pretty serious. Something happened, didn't work out. They Splitsville. It was right around this time. So Rory comes to Minnesota to play some golf. Top-ranked golfer in the world. We did the full swing thing. You talked about Ian Poulter. Big fan of Ian Poulter. Ian Poulter's like the European Ryder Cup's like Superman. He's full of energy. He's like, oh, he's crazy. And everyone loves him, and he fires up the team.
The Gordon Ramsay of golf.
Yeah. No, not at all. But he wasn't there this year. He was an assistant captain, right? No, it's 2016. No live yet. So Rory was the emotional just support on the team this year. So the first 3 days of match play is you'll do teams, right? So you and I will play against 2 people from Europe, and you could do that 3 days. Sunday, singles day. That's the day. All 12 players play. On the first few days, you can have players sit out. 12 players, mano a mano, singles day. It's always a big deal who the captains are going to put together on the singles day, right? Because it's like, who's playing good, who's playing bad? Do you put your best player with their worst player? How do you do it, right? And then who goes out first? Because like as the day goes on, the points are building up, and like you could have 3 matches out on the course still, and the U.S. wins. That happens all the time. So it's an interesting dynamic and how you position these people. The Ryder Cup is also a tournament that gets a little rowdy. We know golf. We got the golf clap. People wear their little
This is more Happy Gilmore style.
This is a freaking street basketball game. People get wasted. They talk so much shit. They're so mean. So the first 3 days, Rory was getting railed. Like, railed by the crowd. So again, I mentioned he had just broken up with his fiancée, Caroline Wozniacki. The crowd would sing Sweet Caroline in between his shots. Not nice, guys. They would scream horrible things at him. I think on Friday, he had to have somebody escorted off the property because, listen, I don't know if this is true, and I really like Rory, and if it is true, it's kind of a bummer because he didn't have the best comeback ever. That being said, he did stand up to this guy. Apparently, someone in the crowd said, "Suck a dick, Rory." Also, not nice. And he turned around and said, "I'm right here if you want to back that up." Which at first you'd be like, yeah, ooh, wait, did you just tell him you would suck his dick if he... I don't think that's what you meant, Rory. But it was tough-ish. Anyways, that's what he was dealing with for the first 3 days.
You think he said, suck my dick?
Well, the article that I read, it was suck a dick, Rory. And I'm right here if you want to back that up, is what his reply was. Which I just don't know if he thought he half a second longer, and he probably could have come up with something better. But also, that's what your caddy's for, to help out in those situations. Stevie Williams, Tiger's caddy, he's knocking that dude out and throwing his camera in the lake. That's how Stevie rolls. Anyways, that's what Rory's dealing with for 3 days. It's horrible. He's trying to keep it together. Singles day comes. What do? Let's put Patrick Reed and Rory McIlroy in a singles match together.
So the Europeans were obviously just giving him the match.
Say again?
The European captain, for him to put Reed with Rory, they're kind of saying, forfeiting that one. So
No. Reed is the probably one, and I hate saying this, but he could be one of the top 5 match play golfers ever. Like, he just destroys people in match play. So he had won pretty much all of his matches. Rory, like, they were the 2 best golfers that weekend, right? So typically you'd put Rory with a not Patrick Reed, and then Patrick Reed you'd put with a shittier, so that you are guaranteed as close as you can be guaranteed those points. And there's a story that the 2 captains, I think it was Davis Love and I can't remember who the European Ryder Cup captain was, but that they kind of got together and they were like, dude, let's give the people what they want and just put these 2 assholes together and see what happens. What happened was fucking magic. These 2 tee off. The Europeans start singing a song about Patrick Reed being a cheater or something like that. They're on the first tee, right? Singing this song, talking shit about Patrick Reed, and Rory is dancing along. Amazing. So you get through the first 4 holes. I'll get to the good part. This is it's 4 holes. This whole memory, this whole greatest moment in golf is 4 holes. Only 4 holes this lasted. So they get out, they tee off, they get through the first 4 holes, and they get to the 5th hole. The 5th hole is what's called a drivable par 4, short par 4. Par 4, you usually hit a drive and then you hit your approach shot.
Of course.
A short par 4, you can get there in 1 shot. That's a drivable par 4. Rory McIlroy, 6th ranked golfer in the world at the time, since day one has been arguably the best driver of the golf ball ever, right? So Rory steps up there and smashes a drive. Perfect, right on the front edge of the green. Not on the green, but right up close. Nice fucking drive. Patrick Reed puts one on the green. On the green, 50 feet away.
Up in the ante.
Way up in the ante. And that's like not something you do to Rory McIlroy. You don't outdrive Rory McIlroy. They get up there, Rory chips up, has a birdie putt. Patrick Reed drains his 50-foot eagle putt. Freaks the fuck out. Screaming.
Crowd goes crazy.
Crowd is going batshit crazy. He's fucking yelling, fuck yeah, let's go. They get to the next hole. They both got birdie putts. Rory drains it and is like, yeah, what up? Patrick drains his and is like, fucking yeah, what up now? They get to the 7th. Same thing. I think they both make par on 7. They get to the 8th hole. The energy is out of control, right? And Rory has like a 60-foot birdie putt, double breaker. Like, just no way you're making this putt.
Tough
shot. Like, nah, that's not even a half quarter. That's like free throw, opposite side of the joint, 0.3 second, Derek Fisher style, boom.
Motherfucker.
Right? I knew that'd get him. So he steps up, and Patrick Reed has a 15-footer for birdie, right? So they both got birdie putts. Patrick's way more makeable, but also missable. Rory's not making the putt. Like, it doesn't happen. It's 50-something feet.
An unputtable putt.
An unmakeable putt. Obviously puttable. You got to putt it, but unmakeable, yes.
Oh, gosh.
Do you want to guess what happened? He fucking drains this putt. He drains the putt and absolutely goes bonkers. There's a picture of him, a still picture of Rory, like, he's not jumping, he's straight levitating. He's like 6 inches off the ground, and he got so excited that we think he just levitated. That's pretty much the consensus. And he looks at the crowd. The crowd is like railing on him. He puts his hand to his ears and says, I can't hear you. I can't fucking hear you. And the crowd's just screaming like, fuck you, you piece of shit. I can't hear you. Running around the green, going batshit crazy. Patrick Reed's, he's getting a kick out of it, right? Because this is like literally the best golf you've ever seen in your life. Rory goes, gets his ball, stands over next to his caddy like, what the fuck, what's up now? Patrick Reed goes and does his putt, 15, 20-footer, drains it. Pretty much an earthquake happens because the crowd goes crazy again. He turns to Rory McIlroy and gives him a fucking finger wave. This is not shit that happens in golf. This is some basketball shit. This is some street ball shit. This is not golf shit. Rory loses it, starts laughing. Patrick Reed walks over, they're going to the next tee. They pat each other on the back, fist pump, and just burst out laughing. They kind of used up all their energy. That was basically it. It was those 4 holes of golf, and Patrick Reed ended up winning. But like, it was kind of funny because like those 4 holes were so intense and so amazing, and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be the greatest round of golf ever. And it fizzled out, which is a bummer. I don't remember that part, but that's not the memory that we're talking about.
Of course.
Those 4 holes of golf are, if you ask really any golfer, they talk about it on the Golf Channel. What are the most? Everyone goes back to this thing, and obviously I love golf, but...
The 4 holes heard around retirement homes around the world.
Whatever, dude. It was fun. It was exciting. It was nothing that we've ever seen in golf, and we talked about probably until the next Earth forms and becomes a thing. That's how great it was. Better than whatever thing. I don't even remember what yours was.
So are you still there? Wake up!
You're there. Look at people are Googling it right now. Actually, Google it. I do this. I'll go back and watch the like highlights. There's like a 56-minute highlight reel of the whole round.
I read like 5 articles about the Spurs finals. I just was reading articles and articles and articles.
I watched the video. I'll go back and watch it every time. You guys should Google it. It's fascinating. It's just fun. If you like sports, you don't even have to like golf. It was a great hour of entertainment. And it, like I said, it's vividly burned into my memory.
Go ask Jeeves about it.
Go ask Jeeves. You said that you had 2. One was the not so happy one. I have a not so happy one.
Do we want to get into it? Or want to save that?
I think we get into it. Fuck it. The people want to know. We give them the highs. We got to give them the lows. That's happy face,
mine's
frown
not
face.
deep. Mine's Game 6, NBA Finals. Ray Allen hits a 3-pointer, ties the game. They hit a free throw over us. They win Game 7.
And you guys lost?
Yeah. If you're going to bring up the game where they fucking changed the shot clock rules...
I'm not. But my saddest moment...
Never before in history were you able to shoot a shot in less than 0.5 seconds. And then Derek Fisher fucking does it. Now he changed rules. Now it's 0.3 seconds you can shoot it. What?
You were there. You saw the replay.
But It was always 0.5, and then it happens like, you know what? Let's change it. It doesn't make sense.
Listen.
0.3 seconds.
Before we went to the moon,
how do you get?
It was we can't get to the moon. Then we got to the moon. It's pretty simple, bro.
You can't catch it.
It's pretty simple.
It
happened.
Talk about it.
We won. So your saddest memory is game 6.
My saddest memory is every Spurs loss ever.
That is so many sad memories. Oh my God, how do you even deal with yourself?
I don't know. I met George Gervin once.
That's cool. Why you're so sad all the time.
Iceman taught me the finger roll.
I'm going to do my saddest moment real quick because it's really sad. And it's also equally memorable. Yeah, right. We're kind of leaving this on a downer. Whatever. You guys will get over it. This is probably.
Is it golf?
It's not golf. It's basketball.
Thank God.
And I think a lot of people will agree that this is their saddest moment too. And again, just that memory, that visual memory, that vivid memory of something happening that like it was yesterday, and it was Kobe when he tore his Achilles.
Kobe Ashimaru, the fast food eater.
I swear to God, dude. How dare you? Kobe Bean Bryant, the basketball player. When he tore his Achilles, I remember it so vividly. He was sitting on the ground, grabbing it, asking the dude, "Did you kick me?" And then fucking getting up and hitting those free throws like a man or a baller or a man, a woman, whatever. But I remember looking at that, watching that game, and don't make fun of me. I cried. You guys probably cried too. Don't lie. And I was sitting here and I was crying because I thought that was it. Like that was it. He's not coming back. I've seen Achilles popped before, and you don't really come back from that. Definitely not when you're 36 or 7 when it happened. And I remember just crying and crying and crying and thinking that that was going to be the last time I ever saw Kobe Bryant. But it wasn't.
Can I make I said Kobe Ashimaru. Kobe Ashimaru was actually a test in Star Trek that the fleet captains took before they were given captain of a ship. They took the Kobe Ashimaru. He was not a fast food eater.
Doesn't matter. Everybody's fucking logged out by now anyways. They're on to some other video. No, golf is amazing. That golf story was great.
I guess for the last 2 minutes you were talking about the actual happening. Set up, tell me about... Also, is Rory English? Because he's got an accent.
Rory is Irish.
So how did he play for the Americans?
He didn't. He played for the Europeans. Maybe get a fucking geography book. Europe, Ireland, England, Scotland.
So the shitty asshole was an American? I don't like that story.
No, the shitty asshole was... Oh, yeah. Patrick Reed is American.
I don't like it.
He's a dick, man. And he went to live, too.
You ready?
For what?
To wrap it up.
Oh, we're done.
To be done.
Oh, you're going to tell everyone that they're fucking welcome?
I was going to let you
lead
us out. I'll lead us out. That's Mike Connor. I'm Travis Huber. This is the Podirondack Show. You're welcome.
Thank you. See you on the next one. Kobe forever.
Kobe Ashimaru.
All right, what next?
Oh, my mic was off.